Hey y'all, it's Alex here, back with another drama video about another one of my fucking friends, go figure. ItzMeJANIS, or just Giannis, is one of my friends, and a while ago, he sent me a couple of messages. He told me the infamous Ecliptiz was gonna drop a Sunny V2 exposed video on him, and that he wanted me to do what I did with the Charged Life situation and make a video defending him. I was stoked because I expected Ecliptiz's video to actually be good. Instead, it's just 12 minutes of him not understanding what the fuck a joke is and doing a god-awful Sunny V2 impression, which, by the way, is the only similarity to Sunny V2 the video has. Anyway, what happened was that Ecliptiz's video got leaked and a lot of people in a Discord server reacted to it and how horribly it was put together. And I want to make this clear right now. Ecliptiz is an adult. He's older than me. I'm 18. He's older than me. The people he is attacking throughout this video for making jokes are all underage. I believe the oldest one is 15. And going even further, I did get told by Giannis that it was okay to make a video after everything. He even egged me on in my blind reaction to it, which was recorded and will be posted later on. Also, his video got leaked to Giannis, and after Giannis had reacted to it, Ecliptiz backed down. Ecliptiz backed down, privated the video, and says he will not be releasing it. Funnily enough, however, somebody downloaded the video, and I'm going to react to it right here. And before I do this, I want to make it abundantly clear, do not harass Ecliptiz. And before Ecliptiz claims that this video is harassing him, no, it isn't. It is me making a video using my First Amendment right as a citizen of America, and not only that, I am not making this video because I hate you. I'm making this video because it is genuinely the worst attempt at exposing I have ever had the displeasure of watching. Also, don't even try to copyright strike this. This all falls under fair use, buddy.
From disgusting remarks to flat-out homophobic comments.
Alright, so we're only 10 seconds into the video, and I've got a few critiques. 1, please step back from your microphone. This isn't Sunny V2. This is fucking quite. 2, why such a long pause when showing the evidence? This isn't a one-time thing either. There are lots of points where he's just quiet, dead silence. 3, you say disgusting remarks, then show a photo that is heavily censored for whatever reason, as well as text that literally just says, "we know," in reply to a message that says, "I'm doing." What part of that is disgusting? The other image is just like, sure, maybe you have a case, but that message is more weird than disgusting. You are way overreacting here. 4, flat out homophobic comments said by a gay guy. Buddy. He just likes men. He is a boy kisser. Have you ever heard of a fucking joke in your life? Or do you take everything at face value? To save you the worry of wondering if I'm joking right now, allow me to use an indicator. I am /SRS right now. And by the way, I just want to reiterate, Ecliptiz is a grown-ass man. These people he's attacking, trying to ruin the lives of, are all children years younger than him.
3 people that ruined my gaming experiences.
3 people that ruined my gaming experiences. My brother in Christ, homophobia isn't something that ruins gaming experiences. I deal with that shit in my day-to-day. Boo fucking who. I'm so sorry. A just said something like faggot ruined your day. At least you don't get hit for liking dick, bro. Nobody cares that your gaming experience is ruined. Play with other people for God's sake, or just invite people to play shit with you if it actually hurts you that much to see a fucking joke. Jesus Christ.
So to get some context as to why these 3 ruined my gaming experience and why you should never trust them, we need to go back to a year ago, after Clock Life had begun. Around this time, I was still getting to know people. understand the community, and had to balance life issues with playing the series. It all went really well, up until the first person showed up. Meet Barry. Someone who has been hated by the community since forever ago, and starts fights just to get pleasure from it and break friendships apart. And I even have photo proof of her telling another Clock Life member, who will be discussed later in this video, to go to someone's private direct messages and tell them they are fat and should unalive themselves because they were texting her like friends would do.
I'm so sorry for leaving you guys with him for a whole minute. I am deeply apologetic you had to hear all that. For starters, yes, a lot of people have a negative stigma on Fairy. Even I have some negative thoughts about her, based on shit she said before, but like, who cares? People hate people, that's just a sad fact of life. Nobody will ever get along with every person ever. And that message at the end, again, do you know what the hell a joke is? Just because someone says something doesn't mean they 1000% agree with it. I could say Hail Hitler right now, and gods know, I don't agree with it. But that doesn't stop my ability to say it. I'm gonna make it clear now, a wide majority of the shit he claims is bad or evil are all just jokes that managed to completely fly over his head into the South Tower.
ohFairy, that's not all you've done now, is it? Because you've done illegal actions and didn't even know it, did you? Because yes, Fairy, when you decided to leak the personal things I spoke to you about when I thought you were my friend, quotation marks, that is grade A doxing and can get you thrown away as a crime, or paying not due.
Now, unfortunately, I do not know too much besides word of mouth about what doxing allegedly occurred, especially since Ecliptiz doesn't share any of it on video. But what I have been told, and let me make this as clear as possible, this is word of mouth from somebody not related to this whatsoever, so take it with a grain of salt, but I was told that, quote, Fairy said some explicit things and then at some point twisted the story. Now listen, whether or not this is true, it still looks bad on Ecliptiz for allowing himself to send explicit material to someone younger than 2 years of himself. And again, I say this with a grain of salt because I do not have confirmation from either side, but as far as I'm aware, this is the only story going around that could correlate to this. Edit. I actually asked Fairy about it, and she says it was not leaking any explicit material. What it is still something I will not add here out of respect for Ecliptiz and what had actually happened. But Ecliptiz is definitely making it seem a lot worse than it really is.
Oh, but you know, I'm just an innocent girl everyone loves. Wrong. See, no one actually likes you, Fairy. Believe it or not. I've seen people complain about you so much I begin to think they have a no Fairy fan club. And the only people to ever not complain about you are the two who I'll also be talking about in this video.
First off, there are so many people who don't have issues with Fairy. And in a way, I believe Fairy is fully aware that she's a fucking prick. So acting like she's oblivious to the fact that people don't like her is to be oblivious to the fact that many people do like her. Why do you think she's in some of the most popular fan life series like Clock Life and Final Life, or, and spoiler alert, how she was almost in the Off-Brand X Final Life collab that got cancelled after the Off-Brand walkout? And you say the only people not to complain about her are Giannis and Aegis, and that is completely false. I've talked to plenty of people who have complaints with Fairy, and Giannis and Aegis are 4 of them. Giannis especially, fuck. Even earlier you show an image of Giannis complaining about Fairy. What the fuck are you going on about? Have you forgotten your own evidence?
She even did something that I found disgusting and wasn't going to add to this but decided to. There were conversations in Clock Life General, and an old member named, who will remain unnamed, as respect for them, was having jokes with the rest of us, and proceeded to not finish their sentence because it was a part of the joke, and Barry decided to chip in with an inappropriate comment, assuming something sexual.
There is so fucking much wrong with this, so let me break it down for you. Firstly, you sound like you were both reading a script and improvising at the same time. It seems like you sat at your PC, took one take, and called it a day. You failed completely at censoring Knightley's name, which, by the way, for what purpose did you feel the need to censor Knightley's name here when you neglect to censor anybody else's, even when you leak DMs with somebody later on, which you just earlier said was doxing ohFairy to do? And I'll be honest, I'm getting really fucking tired of the Sunny V2 impression. That is the only thing similar to a Sunny V2 video here, despite claiming it to be a Sunny V2 exposed video and private to people. And to top all of this off, you fucking suck at ice boating. Personally, I wouldn't trust someone who sucks at ice boating.
And before I go, let you tell you this. Barry will most likely try to use "is this because I beat you in Clock Life" to try and upset me. And guess what? It was a year ago. And it was a cactus that beat me.
Yeah, sure, whatever. First off, when you died in Clock Life, you threw a whole pussy fit about it, whining like a little bitch in private, lashing out at people randomly, acting like a baby. Plus, you adding this and going on so fucking long about it in your exposed document makes it seem like it still pisses you off that little ohFairy beat you in Clock Life.
Who's next? Obviously Yanis is.
Again, this feels scripted plus improv, and also, his name is Giannis, you geek, not Yanis.
Yeah, well, not everything happens with the camera on. I bet you didn't know, Yanis has been known to be racist and homophobic as jokes. Or maybe you knew that, but how about the fact he has said sexualized things in front of minors in Discord servers without even using spoilers or anything to hide it?
There is a whole lot to go over here. Firstly, claiming Giannis to be racist and homophobic is crazy. Fun fact, I like dick myself. And Giannis takes no issue with that. We make jokes from time to time, yeah, but at no point has he acted like I'm a sinful retard for enjoying penis. Another fun fact, the actual racist remarks Ecliptiz could be referring to here is when Giannis jokingly said, "I don't like Italians," in response to Ecliptiz in Clock Life Season 1. Fucking hell, I do this every time. Are you fucking kidding me? In response to Ecliptiz in Clock Life Season 1. Ora, d'italiano, piangere per questa cosa è una stronzata. I think his message was funny as fuck. What Ecliptiz doesn't realize is that yes, you can say something you don't agree with morally. Just because you don't find it funny, doesn't mean others don't either. You are the only motherfucker here tweaking about any of it. Does that not make you think maybe you're overreacting? Now, let's go over the wall of text he puts on screen. I'll read it out for you. I was having a normal talk with Nixtus and Audrey in the Kai fan channel of the Spiral because Audrey wanted me to join the conversation, and someone had said something about my height, and I was like, oh, imagine being short. I don't know that feeling. Because a lot of people know the fact that I'm 6'8.5". Obviously, Nixtus didn't and tried starting a fight with words like, "I'd step on you, lil bro," and "you ain't nothing," in which I responded with, how tall are you? 6'3", he said. I laughed and said my height, and he got pissed off, so he said, and I quite accurately, sorry, that's not how he spelled it. I quite accurately, but maybe not entirely, quote, "Yeah, okay, you might be tall, but that didn't go for all over." Obviously, he's talking about my thing. At first, it felt weird, especially because I've had other people in the fan community say I'm cock-writing them when I'm arguing against them. Yet again, they were spamming owner for their admin back then when they went and made a rule so I'd have to be timed out because I defended the owner. Very funny. But this felt different because Giannis joined in while I tried diverging the conversation because not only children, but not only children there, but there was a lady, Audrey, there, and I do not speak that kind of shit in front of women. Oh, hold on, guys. I need to change how I'm talking here. I was taught better, but they kept going, and even told me it was pitiful that I was respectful to the fact that women were there, and held my swears, and tried moving the convo. It got so bad a bit on, to where Giannis was straight up going, I bet $5 my dick is bigger than Ecliptiz's. Spelling mistake by Giannis. Motherfucker, you're one to talk about spelling mistakes. Jesus fucking Christ, you can't even put a coherent sentence together. Shut the fuck up about Giannis misspelling than. Boo-hoo. And then, at this point, I was over it and started to crack down on them. They still kept talking about it, and when Audrey said, let's move to Giannis's chat, I said, no thanks, I'm going to sleep at 3 p.m. But of course, Giannis had to speak his say, and call me a chicken, and say that I had a smaller D and other sexualized topics. I had enough at this point, and absolutely smoked both of them in front of everyone, calling them out for the fact they were being disgusting in front of both women and people under fucking 16. Under 16. That is fucking disgraceful. That I need to remind these two where the fuck they were. Sorry, I read that wrong. That I need to remind these two where the fuck they are. And what they're doing is wrong. But, guess the fuck what? Yep, Giannis decided to yell at me, still. And at that point, I just left the chat after apologizing to everyone for my swearing. I'm never swearing quite like how I did. Sorry for the longest message. It's about as long as One Piece, I swear to God. You're not funny. Alright, let's go over this. You make it out that Giannis is some sort of pedo for talking about a sexual subject around people his own age. Again, he's like 15, bro. Calm the fuck down. But also, what's with the Reddit mod tip your fedora ass reasoning for not swearing in front of women? You seem like the kind of guy to walk up to a happy couple and try to talk the woman out of her relationship because her boyfriend didn't open the door for her, lick her heels, and suck on her toes before going to anime con. Like, bro, it's not that deep. Women swear too. Women know what sex is. You aren't special because you're a chivalrous man. You sound like a fucking clown. Back to the circus, bro. And another thing, you talk about how you absolutely cooked them. Choom, Nixtis cooked the fuck out of you. You were dead off rip, fools, mate. You were dead before you realized it. Hop off your high horse and learn that women are equal, not higher.
Well, maybe you knew that, but I'm now on to more.
Bro, what the hell? This video was saved like off rip. How did Ecliptiz cut out a part so quickly? Or did he just fumble terribly with the editing? Now, I'm going to skip over a lot of the video here because it is just him trying to make Giannis out to be a pedo, and I'm tired of reiterating the same fucking points again and again.
As for racism, it's true. Because I called him out about it, and his response was, F you, a-hole. Meaning, I was on the money about it. But if he backs back, you know, I'll just let it be, because at this point, it's just a poor excuse for trying to get the last laugh that he'll never get.
I lied, this was only like 30 seconds later, but I had to include this because what the fuck is that narration? The last laugh that he'll never get. You aren't Sunny V2 at this point. You have no clue how to narrate a video. Your editing skills are whack. Your gaming skills are whack. And no, just because he says fuck you asshole doesn't mean you won. You're the same type of motherfucker who says, oh, well, they stopped responding, so I reign victorious. You're the biggest fucking nerd I've ever met. And genuinely, I mean this genuinely. I hope you don't come back to this community after this. You've made me uncomfortable with your obsessiveness. You can't just admit when you're wrong. You're a two-faced fuck, only trying to save face when you're called out. You just need to log off the internet and spend time with the people in your life, man. At this point, you're the Bo Blacks of our community. You complain, make false legal threats against harassment, play victim, and try to act like everything's fine. Step the fuck up. Admit your wrongdoings. Quit being a small-dicked bitch and act like the man you claim to be. Cause all I see is a pussy sitting behind a screen crying cause people don't fall exactly under his ideology. Piss off.
Aegis. Now, when I say Aegis is the worst of the three, it's so bad that there's things I cannot put in just to protect people from what has happened.
The screenshot you put on screen is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever read. As soon as I found out he did something to one of my closest friends. Fucking what? Oh man, that something was real bad. I can't believe Aegis did something. What a fucking creep. Doing something is just vile. Can't support him after that. If you don't have evidence, don't put stupid shit on the screen. It makes you look like you'd fail. Are you smarter than a 5th grader with your one brain cell having ass? Have you considered researching any topics at all spoken about here? Hell, at that, you should consider researching slander and defamation, both of which could lead to a court case. Talk about legal action on children when you're on here trying to ruin their fucking lives. You're a pathetic piece of shit, you know that?
So, to start things off lightly, let's go to December of last year, when Aegis first began to truly hate me. Why? Because I dominated a civilization event with my teammates who I was quite close to compared to other teams with their teammates. Oh, but why is that bad?
A few things to note here. At no point does it matter how close you were with your teammates. You're just bringing shit up to talk now, which I will admit I've done a lot in this video. But it's funnier when I do it, because I understand what the fuck a joke is. Another thing, why are you mocking your viewers? Especially in such a question that would lean towards supporting you. Do you not understand why people use those types of voices? It's to make fun of people who ask stupid shit. How thick-headed do you have to be to think that was the right voice to make there?
Well, the thing is, we cleared the server 10 minutes after PvP turned on, day 5. Then spawned 15 withers that I farmed to the heads for the night before, and got kicked. Of course, I thank my teammates because it was a joint effort, and it was a lot of fun.
You summoning multiple withers during an event like that is a very good reason for someone not to like you, dude. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You know what, guys? I'm gonna steal a plane, and I'm gonna drive into the North Tower, because who would get mad at me? I'm only dominating a tower, is all.
But this was the light stuff. It gets darker from here on out, so if you need a minute to prepare yourself or need to find a loved one to comfort you during this, please find them.
The fuck says please find a loved one to feel comfort in when talking about exposing a Okay, I need to revise the script here. When talking about drama in a Minecraft community about children. You're a very odd fellow, Ecliptiz. Very odd indeed. Also, the shit he brings up next is mild as fuck. He is over-exaggerating heavily.
Now, on to the second issue of Aegis. Never have I ever seen anyone more disrespectful than Aegis. And it's quite dark with the kind of stuff they say. From saying I belong in Guatemala Bay, which, if you didn't know, is a place people get sent to in Cuba that tortures people and strips you of your human rights, innocent or not, subjecting you to a life of pain and much worse, is where I was told to get sent to.
Dude, calm the fuck down and take a joke. I've been told I need to be sent to Auschwitz or the fucking Gaza Strip. Like, dude, it's not that serious. Boo fucking who. Some text on the screen that made you have to Google search the country offended you. If you don't like the humor, leave. No one's forcing you to be here. No one asked you to be here. Do us all a favor and buzz off. Also, that's not how you say Guantanamo? You fucking idiot.
Another example is this photo right here, where he calls someone a quote-unquote bisexual twink, which technically doesn't mean bad, but used like this is really bad.
Let me get this straight. Or should I say, let me get this gay. Calling Chester, who in this circumstance, due to us having zero fucking context, I'm gonna assume is the Cheetos guy, a bisexual twink, is now banned by Mr. Sexuality over here. Make sure not to say faggot, guys. Ecliptiz might make a mid-as-fuck documentary about you. Maybe next time he'll do a Turkey Tom impression. Ooh, maybe even a Toastify impression. No, genuine, there's still a few more minutes left in his video, but I can't bear to sit through any more of it. For God's sake, look how long this video already is. But there is still much to cover, despite the length of this video. After Giannis's video responding to him dropped, Ecliptiz had lots to say. And what's funny is he couldn't decide whether to like Giannis or hate him. Half the time, he's attacking him and going at him. The other half, he's trying to promote his video, calling it good, and in the Clock Life Player Lounge, trying to be good with him, even unblocking Giannis for whatever reason. All of this happened during my blind watch through of it, by the way, so once I get that edited, you should take a look at it. With that, I finished my Ecliptiz video here. If anybody is not to trust, it's him.